And now that we have the mother of all with us, I would want to donate the first story to our very own Catherine Kasavoli. Just take it away.
Thank you very much. Well, our first story on the business segment on KTN Prime tonight is Kenya's manufacturing sector is set to benefit from plans by the government to introduce time of use price structure in electricity billing. Through the Energy Regulatory Commission, ERC, the government is targeting industrialists to shift their major production to off-peak hours and benefit from reduced electricity cost of up to 15%. Well, this plan is expected to spur growth in the manufacturing sector, whose contribution to the GDP has stagnated to 10% over the last 10 years. KTN's David Onyango expounds on this story.
Today, as we speak, manufacturing and value addition has a huge potential of adding a lot more jobs.
Kenya is poised to be among the fastest growing economies in sub-Saharan Africa. According to latest economic survey 2015, the manufacturing sector, which is key to this growth, accounts for only 10% of Kenya's GDP. This sector, however, can be more competitive and create more jobs if the underlying constraints hindering faster growth, key among them high cost of power, can be addressed.
If we want to build a solid manufacturing capacity in the country, we need to ensure that our manufacturers, small and big, can scale up.
We in Kenya need to make sure that we are always on this bandwagon of reducing the cost of doing business and therefore reducing the cost of living.
High input cost has been blamed for the slow growth of the manufacturing sector in Kenya, with the growth rate dropping to 3.4% in 2014 compared to a growth of 5.6% in 2013. Electricity cost alone constitutes between 2% of total input cost in low power intensive industries to up to 40% in high power intensive industries. The move by ERC to give incentives during off-peak hours will give a reprieve to manufacturers and increase competitiveness of their products in both the local and global markets.
Time of use is an arrangement where we expect consumers who are able to switch their use to those times of the day when power is cheaper.
It has twofold benefits. First of all, consumers locally can get affordable goods, and also our manufacturers can be a lot more competitive, both in the domestic market and potentially exports.
Though the project is still under trial phase, its full implementation in the next 2 years will see Kenya shift to a 24-hour economy. A concern for manufacturers, however, is the quality and sustainability of this ambitious plan.
And this, in fact, you should expect to see that in terms of the reductions in the number of blackouts that we have, a reduction in the brownouts that we have, and also in terms of the responsiveness and timeliness with which they respond to consumer queries and consumer issues as they arise.
According to a report released by World Bank, Kenya needs to increase competitiveness in the manufacturing sector to realize growth, increase volume of export, and create much-needed jobs. But addressing the energy question alone is not enough to attain government's target of doubling the sector's contribution to GDP to 20% by 2030.
To be able to export more and to be able to be competitive on an export market, we need to reduce all sorts of costs, all sorts of wastages. And therefore, when your goods come in, you process them here, your processing cost, your power cost, your labor cost, your productivity, all this must be enhanced.
With electricity cost being scaled down and other input costs at different stages of being addressed, the manufacturing sector is projected to grow at about 6% by the World Bank. Kenyans should also expect more affordable goods in their stalls. David Onyango, KTN Business.
Well, I just want to thank Abby for allowing me to participate on his bulletin. We now hand you over to him to give us the rest of the business segment this evening. Thank you, Abby.
You did very well, actually. You still have your shine on.
I still got it, eh?
I hope you'll put it into training, perhaps.
Thank you. Thank you.